Right, some royal news now, and there's plenty of it, is there not?
Yes,
right.
Kate's been spotted. This isn't a picture of her, it's an old picture. There were no photographs taken, but she was seen, according to The Sun, in Windsor Farm shop. Lots of witnesses are reporting.
We say according to The Sun. I doubt there's anything to do with The Sun. I reckon Kensington Palace has picked up the phone and said, hey, help us out here. She's out and about. Angela Levin joining us now, royal biographer on this one. So where does this come from?
I think they're listening to the terrible... absolutely massive amount of rudeness and saying that whole royal family can't operate and, you know, it's disgraceful and she's changed her face and she doesn't want to do it and they're having a divorce. All that nonsense. And so she's made herself come and be, like she did on Mother's Day with a picture which actually went a bit haywire, but she's come and she wants people to see her now. She's not going to do much. Her photograph wasn't taken, but she looked well apparently, and she was there with William and they walked into this shop and had a little chat. She'd been out in the morning watching her children do sport, and I think that it's actually listening to what the public say. Unfortunately, the public are so rude and so unkind and so demanding, as if they own her, as if they've bought her. And I think it's absolutely appalling way to behave with someone who's been so dignified and done. You couldn't expect more of her. As a mother, you can see her children adore her, and as an heir to the throne too. And she adores William, so leave her alone. I think it's just appalling how they behave. Why does she not
just do a casual chat with Isabel and myself and just say, look, I'm all right, I'm fine, thanks for your concern, or even you. I'm fine, look at me, thanks for worrying about me, everybody, but honestly, I'll be okay, and just give me 3 or 4 weeks and I'll be back in business again, unless she isn't fine.
I tell you what, one of the reasons is she doesn't want the children to know what she's had.
Right.
I think any mother, if she says it too early, the children are old enough to know and get worried, and I think that's a big problem. I've also had someone who's quite close who says to me she gave someone a kidney. Nothing to do with her own illness. I have no idea this is true whatsoever. But in a funny sort of way, it does leave you very, very languid and not well. I don't know if it's that, because she did seem to be great until she went in to the hospital, if you see what I mean.
Yes. Well,
so I just leave it, but I'm not saying I haven't had it proven in any way, but it makes more sense to me than other things.
And you know, we were also reading a lot about Charles Spencer, Princess Diana's brother, in the newspapers over the weekend, and about his childhood at school and things. What would you like to say about that?
What I want to say is that nobody's picked it up yet, I'm pleased to say, but he talked about his life at home. Their mother, his and Diana's mother, went off to Australia with another man because her husband was being so awful to her. Once she had a boy, she didn't want to know her, so she disappeared. And he thought she'd been abandoned, just the same as Diana felt that she'd been abandoned. He was too, poor little boy. And he said that he taught himself how to be sick every night. Diana taught herself how to be sick. He also cut himself with a penknife. Diana cut herself before she knew Prince Charles, the then Prince Charles. And so there's this amazing combination. He just talked about himself, and he said he'd been absolutely ignored and nobody cared for him at home. And he got lots and lots, he had lots of people to look after him, and none of them really cared.
Okay.